Well, good morning, everybody, or has it been a good morning? Hey, this is Mr. John. This is our midweek review. Hey, I want you to think about this and how you would react. Uh, you go to bed that the night before, and when you wake up in the morning, you kind of roll over and go, "Oh, I beat my alarm clock," and you're kind of stretching, and you're thinking all kind of good thoughts, and then you look at your alarm clock and it's flashing 12, right? It's flashing. Somehow you lost power in the middle of the night. So you look at your watch and oh my goodness, I have got 15 minutes to get myself ready, dressed, to get breakfast, to get cleaned up, to get all my stuff and get on the bus. So you're frantic. You're running around the house. You're getting dressed and you put on shorts and then you put your socks on, not realizing that you got two different pair of socks on. So then you put on all your clothes, you go in and you grab a Pop-Tart, you put it in the toaster, you start washing up the face, you getting all cleaned up, you're hurrying, you're noticing, hey, I'm making it. So sit there, you grab your backpack, you throw it over your shoulder, you grab the Pop-Tarts and you immediately start to go out the door, and right before you go out the door, crack! Your toe hits the jamb of the door. Oh, that didn't feel so good. Then you're sitting there and you get on the bus and you sit there, you take a big old bite of your Pop-Tart, and oh, you cooked it just a little longer than you normally do, and you burnt the roof of your mouth. The day is not going good, but it gets worse. You get to school, and all of a sudden you have a pop quiz in your first class, and you were not prepared for this pop quiz. Oh no. So you sit there, you take the test, and you know right away you bombed this test. Then you go on and you get to the next class, which you're excited to go to because you've been working all night on your paper. And then you sit there, you get into the class, you start going through your backpack, and where's my paper? Where's my paper? Then you suddenly realize you were in such a hurry that morning that you just loaded your backpack on your shoulder and out the door you went, and you left the paper you'd worked so hard on the table. The teacher says, "Well, I'm sorry. I'm going to have to deduct points from it because I didn't get it when it was due." If your paper's 100%, you're still not going to get that grade. Oh man, the day's just not going well, is it? So then you go into gym class and you sit there, and all of a sudden you hear snickering and blah 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 blah. You get your shorts on for gym, and you sit there and you start to hear snickering and people pointing at you and laughing and making fun of you, and you go, well, what's going on? What's going on? They point to your feet, and all of a sudden you realize, oh my goodness, I've got a black sock on and a white sock on. How could I do that? They're making fun of you because you just got two different pair of socks. Then you go out and they decide they're going to play dodgeball today. You are the king of dodgeball. Nobody plays dodgeball like you. You get out there and you're out there for just a couple minutes. Somebody throws the ball at you and you go to reach up to grab it, and boom, it hits your hands, and out your hands it goes. You're out. Man, I didn't even get a chance to throw the ball. I'm out already. The day can't get any worse, can it? So then you're sitting in class and your neighbor is talking to you, and he's just chit, and you're trying to get your work done. And you turn to him and you go, "Can you please be quiet?" And the teacher goes, "John, you need to be quiet. You just disrupted the entire class. I'm going to give you detention." But. It doesn't matter. I caught you, right? Oh man, this day can't get any worse. So you sit there and you're on the bus ride home and you're just thinking how bad your day went. When you sit there and you get up, when the bus stops at your house, you get up and you look down, you would sit in a big pile of gum. The day can't get any worse, can it? You go into the house and mom goes, "Hey, how's it going? How was your day?" "Mom, you won't believe my day. It was so bad." God is not on my side. Have you ever thought something like that? Well, last week we talked about God and Satan making this deal about finding a righteous person on earth. And God says, listen, Job is my righteous man. If you can do whatever you want to Job and he won't turn his back to me. So Satan does some nasty, nasty stuff. He kills off Job's family. He makes Job ill. Gives him sores and stuff like that. He makes him really ill. He takes away all his servants, takes away all his land, takes away his animals. And Job is beside himself. You talk about bad days, right? Your day was bad. Job's day was worse, right? And Job does something that when we talk about the Bible and stuff like that, we kind of go, huh? Job cried out to God and said, like, why? Just kind of like you did. Why is God doing this to me? Job kind of did that. He went, why God? Why is this happening to me? I'm a righteous man. I've been good here. I followed all your rules and I've been doing what you tell me to do. And have you ever felt that way? But is it okay to sit there and maybe ask that question, why? I think it is, because we are human, and when bad things happen to us, we can get into that point of why, the woe is me type of feeling, and we want to know why stuff is happening. Questioning God is not a bad thing when we question him in a way of like, God, why are things happening like this? God, what is the answer to this question? God, what happened here? Right? Those are good questions. And that's kind of where Job went. He went with those type of questions. Now, what he didn't do was going, God, because my day is so bad and what you've done to me, I'm turning my back on you. Job never did that. His faith never relinquished. His faith never went away from God for an iota. It's okay when we have emotion, right? We get emotional, we get angry, we get sad, we get inquisitive, we ask questions, and we wonder why things happen to us. But it's not okay when we sit there and throw blame at God. God, this is your fault. You did this to me. Everything in the world that happened to me is because of you. No, it's not. The bad things that happen to us is because sin entered the world. And everything from that point on, when sin entered the world, was not going to be peachy keen. Is that a term we use anymore? But it's just not okay all the time because sin is in the world. Bad things are going to happen. But the thing we need to remember is God doesn't do that to us on purpose. He's not out to hurt us. Bad things happen because of sin. And God is there for us, not for us to blame. Maybe sometimes we can question. I don't know all the answers. So sometimes I question, things for God. So we're going to continue next week with our story of Job and see where his life takes him in all this stuff. And we're just going to talk a little bit more about that. But our verse is coming up next. Hey, if you're having a bad day, hey, put a smile on. Say, hey, just give a prayer up to God and say, hey, God, hey, I'm having a bad day. Can you help me out here? Love you, God. So, hey, I love you. We'll talk to you later. Have a great day. See you next time. Bye. God's voice thunders in marvelous ways. He does great things beyond our understanding. Job 37:5.